Welcome back. So, any reflection so far before we proceed?
Trying to understand, trying to
Yes.
get into this with all first time for me.
Yes, yes.
And trying to think. And I was going through your.
Hello.
I'll read it. I've read few. So
I lost you in between. Could you repeat the last sentence? You're going through what?
I PDF also, no? PDF which you sent, no?
Okay, those are the
PDF
pointers.
attachment.
Yeah, those are the pointers.
But that also itself, it is that is the your thing, that is let us inquire. So that inquiry part that is arising in your mind by reading all this, that okay,
yes,
that is giving you inquiry inside your mind. The
indeed.
pointers.
Indeed.
Because if you start questioning one point also, na.
Yes.
So it itself it's a one-day task for one question.
Yeah. Maybe one day is also less. It's an
Yeah.
ongoing thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm also many things I'm trying to understand from my point of view also, because I was inquiring from very childhood also, thinking a lot of questioning was there in my mind, and people used to tell me बहुत सवाल करती है, बहुत पूछती है सवाल. But those questions were coming in my mind कि मैं इसको अगर इस चीज को अगर फल बोलना है तो फल ही क्यों बोलना है, मैं फल नहीं बोलूंगी, मैं कुछ और बोलूंगी, मतलब ऑल दिस. तो लोग मुझे बेवकूफ बोलते थे, बट अभी लग रहा है कि नहीं, बेवकूफ नहीं हूं मैं. बट ये है कि उसको समझने वाला चाहिए, कि वो जो बेवकूफी भरे सवाल कर रही हूँ उसको समझने वाला
उसका
भी
भी
होना
जरूरत
चाहिए
नहीं है.
कि
उसका भी वैसे जरूरत नहीं है. आपको समझने वाला हो तभी आप समझोगे, ऐसा थोड़ी ना है. नहीं,
बट बचपन में लगता है ना, बट अभी आप बड़े हो रहे हो तो, बिकॉज मैं बहुत इंट्रोवर्ट भी होती थी पहले और बहुत बोलती नहीं थी. सो अभी लगता है कि नहीं, ठीक है जो है वो ठीक है, मैं ठीक हूँ. मेरे को पहले लगता था कि मैं अलग हूँ और मैं सेक्लूडेड हूँ, बट अभी लगता है ये सब चीजें जैसे धीरे धीरे पढ़ रही हूँ तो लगता है मैं ठीक हूँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ज्यादा नहीं सोचती मैं.
हाँ, मैं नेचुरल हूँ, ये भी हो सकता है ना.
मैं नेचुरल हूँ. या हाँ, राइट.
क्योंकि ठीक और भूल,
और शायद ठीक.
ये थोड़ा सा अटपटा हो जाता है. मतलब किसी के कोई एंगल से कोई ठीक, किसी के कोई एंगल से कोई गलत, ये भी होता है. एनीवे, दैट्स अ लॉन्ग टॉपिक परहैप्स. तो या any other reflection, anyone? Sanjini, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what we think, like, is that only nothing is happening outside, or no action, there is no P1. So we are just thinking, that is thought pattern, one thought to another thought. So is that loop is P2, P3, P2, P3? Is that so?
Yeah, it depends. It could be so.
When we think, when nothing is happening outside, and we just
no. First
think,
of all,
like,
nothing is happening outside is an assumption. The sensory, if you are alive, then the sensory ingestion is ongoing. Nothing is happening outside is an assumption, first of all.
Like no action has happened to.
What do you call an action?
That P1 level.
You're breathing? You're breathing?
Yeah.
You're eating? You're pooping? You're sleeping?
Yeah. But not that particular time.
Aren't these actions?
Yeah, but I'm telling about that particular time when someone, when no sensory organ is working, like it is working, but how can I explain?
You are not following a goal. That's the challenge that you are seeing here. somebody is not following any goal in life, that's usually conventionally considered as an absence of action.
When in that time, that individual is thinking that it has happened, and that self-reflection type of thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When somebody is self-reflecting.
Maybe
And
I had the same thing as well, so maybe I can try to put it. For example,
Yeah.
you have your loved one coming tomorrow, which is action not happen. You just think sitting now and then you feel like, you know, oh, they're coming. Then the thought is there. Then you emote, but basically the sensory emotion, you know, like whatever feel good, whatever people say as a positive. But the action is not happened. Now coming from P3, the thoughts are coming. Then this you know, sensory, because of the thought you experience sensory changes, but no action happened. I don't know whether she's trying to say the same thing, but this is what I was about to inquire.
yeah, kind of this. Yeah.
So you are
This kind of
involved in reflect. Hello. Yeah.
P3 P2 is happening. There
Yeah.
is a perception that, you know, my loved one is coming, and that is a sensation also, probably.
Yeah.
You know, some kind of euphoria or excitement, or that's you know, that's happening without what Chinjini was also saying, happening without an sensory
Action.
input,
Yeah.
without an action. Yeah.
So yeah, that could
it is
be.
coming from a thought only.
Yeah. So
So probably the nature order, I would say, you know, like somebody has come now, the loved one, they hug me, and then I feel that sensory thing, and then the thought is, you know, whatever feel good, then you perceive that, you know, P3, you perceive that whenever I meet the person I feel good, so I need the person, whatever the perception registered. So the person comes and you hug, which is an action, then the sensory thing you go through because of the hug or whatsoever. Then the third is, you know, you perceive that, okay, in this person's presence I feel good or whatsoever, right? Good or bad, again, it's a different thing. So this is a natural order, but thinking about the person, thought is coming, and then you go to sensory changes. Is this a natural order, or that's what probably we both are trying to ask?
There is a juxtaposition also in this particular example that you mentioned. Someone loved one has got a lot of P3. You know, loved one, what you are terming with a special person, when you are calling it as a love, it is an assumption. Love cannot be for a special person. That is an attachment that you are referring as love. Are you able to get this?
Okay, so that could be a perception.
That's coming from the P3, and I am getting some special sensation thinking about that specific person. So
yeah,
P3,
so
P3
that
P2
person
is
is
already.
the person is already P3, but whatever maybe like she is explaining and I'm trying to explain is what we go through now. So the person is
So
P3.
the hugging.
No, not hugging.
Okay.
Think the thought, right? The thought, and then just experiencing P3, P2 only.
Yeah, this is P3 P2 loop, and that may push for some obsessive action also. That let's try and see this framework. Then we'll come back.
Yeah.
Right, Sanjini?
Sir, Kalyan sir. Love cannot be for the special person. So ये fact है क्या?
That cannot be called as a love. This is attachment. Let's call sped as a sped. लव कोई कंडीशन मान के नहीं हो सकता,
राइट
है ना? तो जब भी आप कंडीशन लगा रहे हो और किसी विशेष इंसान के लिए आप बोल रहे हो, या ना भी इंसान हो, उसको आप विशेष बोल रहे हो और उसको प्यार बोल रहे हो, वो प्यार नहीं है, वो आसक्ति है ना?
ओके, Yes.
अटैचमेंट का
yes.
हिंदी आसक्ति होगा?
Yeah. So love cannot be with a condition. Can you explain that a little more?
Yes, love is the way you perceive the truth is the love. It's a natural state of being. And perceiving the truth cannot be conditional. If you put a condition to perceive truth, then with that condition, your perception is limited. So it is no more looking at the truth. You're able to understand this?
That makes me wonder that the love is for the truth, not for a person at all, ever.
Love is just the life. You know, if you are leading a aware life, then the love is there for each and everything. For a rapist and for a scientist, there is no difference in your perceptory aspect in terms of creating any sensation within. Because normally what we refer love is basically a sensation that comes from a perception. But actually love is awareness, which is a pure perception. There is no involvement of sensation if there is love in this phenomena.
So we are saying that the way we have understood love in the current parlance, the way conversation, the way we speak about love is mainly in the sensation domain.
Conventionally, that is
Right now,
being talked about.
conventionally.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is that is some form of attachment.
Yes.
The sensation
It's
which
a
we call
perceptory
as love.
sensation. It's a perceptory sensation. Now, for the new people about this framework, let me cover this slide. Then we'll come back. Right. So here the conflicting order that we had been discussing, the conflicting order starts with a perception. Perception. एक मानसिक चित्र से ये शुरुआत होती है, जो P3 है. P3 से क्या हुआ? आपको एक सेंसेशन आया. ये सेंसेशन जब आया तो क्या होगा? वो सेंसेशन उस परसेप्शन को बढ़ावा देगा. एक्चुअली जस्ट अ सेकंड, लेट मी गो बैक. यस. सो ये जो सेंसेशन आया, ये सेंसेशन क्या करेगी? इस सेंसेशन ने फिर से इस परसेप्शन को स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना है. So it will make the previous perception stronger. And with that perception getting stronger, which is similar to the previous perception, it will bring further sensation. And this becomes a repeating loop. Unending. Why? Because the perception doesn't have a form and doesn't have an end. जो फिजिकल सेंसेस का एक एंड होता था, उसके वजह से जो सेंसेशन आता है वो उसका एक खात्मा होता है, दैट एंड्स. बट व्हेन इट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम P3, कमिंग फ्रॉम द परसेप्शन, उसका कोई खात्मा ही नहीं है. वो चलते रहेगा, चलते रहेगा, चलते रहेगा. क्योंकि एक बार तो आप क्वेश्चन करना बंद कर दिए हो. अभी दूसरे बार भी अभी बोला जाता है ना, जय आप ये इतने लोग ये खा रहे हैं तो आप क्यों नहीं खाओगे, और आपने तो पहले दूध पिया था अभी क्यों नहीं पियोगे. ऐसा तर्क आ जाता है ना. आप तो इतना दिन दूध पिए हो, फिर अभी क्यों नहीं मुकर क्यों रहे हो? आप इतना दिन तो गलती किए हो ना, फिर गलती कंटिन्यू करते जाओ. ये सब तर्क आता है. You understand? So we have stopped questioning, and for that justification, we do not raise our question further internally. It's not about questioning somebody else. It's questioning your own thoughts, your own imagination, that we have stopped. Because we considered that as truth, which is a product of mind, but we considered that as a truth. Product of mind cannot be truth. It's imagination. It's called imagination. So because of this unending loop, the energy is depleted. ये कैसे चलेगा? ये जो जो चक्रव्यूह बना है ये चलेगा कैसे? आपके एनर्जी से ही तो चलेगा। एनर्जी कहां से लाएंगे आप? आपका लिमिटेड एनर्जी है, उसी एनर्जी का एक बड़ा हिस्सा जा रहा P3 P2 में, क्योंकि एक बार बन गया तो वो किसी भी मोमेंट में सैकड़ों बन जाएगा। एक बार छोटा सा, कोई सटल नहीं होता, कंडीशनिंग कभी भी सटल और ग्रॉस नहीं होता है। एक छोटा सा कंडीशनिंग बड़ा सा पहाड़ हो सकता है और विद इन मोमेंट हो सकता है, और ये टूट भी सकता है विद इन अ मोमेंट। एक बार अगर आप देख लिए, सकिया नजर से देख लिए, ये जो चित्र मैं देख रहा हूं ये क्या सच है? इज इट ट्रू? जस्ट एक वन इंक्विजिशन, वन स्मॉल इंक्विजिशन, इफ यू जस्ट ट्रिगर रियली एक्चुअली, देन इट ड्रॉप्स। कंप्लीट जो ये जाल बना है that gets dropped at once. Now this looping doesn't end here. This looping doesn't end here. Suppose in this state, when there is overwhelming sensation, अंदर अंदर आपको बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा, बहुत एक्साइटमेंट आ रहा या बहुत डर आ रहा, that kind of state where you are getting anger, getting scared and scared, in that state you went for an action. Went for an action. What will happen? You already have a depleted state of energy. You don't have much energy. So with a slow state of energy, any action, if we take an action, that will be a compromised action with compromised energy. So the natural outcome will be compromised. So mostly that action will fail to perform. This is, we are not talking about goal yet, but you have already
कल्याण
formed a
सर,
goal. Yes, Prajakta. बताइए।
आप ऐसे बोल रहे हो क्या? मतलब हम लोग को एंगर आया है तो हम लोग का एनर्जी कम है ऐसे?
हाँ, जब एंगर आया है
एंगर
तब,
रहेगा तो एनर्जी,
हाँ बताएं।
एनर्जी ज्यादा ही रहेगा ना सर? मतलब
एंगर कैसे
एंगर है
होगा? एंगर क्या है? एंगर क्या है पहले तो ये समझ लेते हैं ना। एंगर इस वजह से,
सेंसेशन।
हाँ,
हाँ।
सेंसेशन है। और एंगर इस वजह से आता है जो आप एक दिमाग में एक एक्सपेक्टेशन लेके चल रहे थे और आपका एक्सपीरियंस जो है उस एक्सपेक्टेशन से मैच नहीं खाया, इस वजह से ही होता है।
ओके।
एंगर तो इसी वजह से होता है ना। डोंट एग्री,
राइट।
डोंट एग्री, इंक्वायर योरसेल्फ एंड जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड,
नहीं, राइट, यस।
है ना। तो फिर यही P3 P2 का ही लूप है, क्योंकि आपका जो एक्सपेक्टेशन है ना वही सीड है, वही बीज है आपका एंगर का। अभी ये जो है ये एक चक्रव्यूह कर देता है मन के अंदर, एक जाल बुन देता है, और उस जाल में आपका एनर्जी जैप हो जाता है, पूरा ऊर्जा वहां पर खींच लेता है। तो अभी कभी कभार हमें लगता है एंगर में आपको खुद को बहुत एनर्जेटिक फील करते हो, वो इसलिए होता है क्योंकि आप गोल के प्रति बहुत अगर कीन हो तो आपके बाकी जगह से एनर्जी को खींच के आप लेके आते हो वहां पर। दिस इज कॉल्ड अ स्टिमुलेटेड स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग। और उस स्टिमुलेशन के वजह से अब हो सकता है एक्शन में वो सक्सेस आ जाए आपको, बहुत रेयर होता है, बट हो भी सकता है जो आपका सक्सेस आ गया। मैक्सिमम केसेस में सक्सेस नहीं आएगा।
So this action what you're mentioning is related to same P2 P3 sequence or maybe different P1 altogether?
It's a P1 coming from P2. Normally the natural order, the P1 comes from P3, but in this conflicting order now the P1 is coming from P2. This is called obsessive action.
So this is related to the same action sensation psychological cycle, or that action could be completely from the different one? The action can be
Yes,
completely
the
different one.
root of the action is now sensation. Naturally, the root of the action is, so root of the action is normally sense perception in the natural order. But here in this conflicting order, the sensation becomes the root.
Got it.
Right? So now this sensation.
And that action, because when we in the natural order, when we talk about action, it is experienced through the 5 senses.
Yeah.
So here, when the action is happening through the sensation, is it only experienced through those 5
what
senses?
happens, the senses will bring a sensation in natural order, but now
Yes.
your complete focus is drawn with that towards that image. So you are no more bothered about your sensory experience, because you are focusing onto that image to prove it wrong or right.
So the sensation is making me do the action.
Yes, the sensation is the seed of action. Now, during the action, whatever the sensory experience that I go through, I'm not bothered at all. I'm not noticing those at all. And this is causing the insensitivity. The natural sensitivity is compromised because the whole focus is on that goal. The focus is on that goal.
Which goal?
The P3. The starting point is that only. Here in the conflicting order, the starting point is that imagination. So the whole energy
Give an
is.
example.
So
Yeah, Ram.
So just probably an example I was thinking, maybe you can help us
please,
understand.
Please.
So suppose somebody cheated you, right? Money or could be anything, right?
Yes.
And you reserved that, like you want to kind of give back in whatever way, maybe in acts or whatever. So now you see the person, right, again after probably few years, then you get, your sensation is you get angry by seeing the person. Then at that moment you may want to hit that person.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So in this what is clearly is, like you already perceived that this guy is cheated, I'm going to hurt him.
Yeah,
right?
and the foundation of that is no cheater should be there, or this person at least must not cheat. The foundation.
No, the event is happened.
Or I
right?
should never be cheated on.
I should not be cheated on. These are the images that play around.
See, when I speak about I should be not cheated, or nobody should cheat, everybody should be pure, that is still not impacted me at any level, right? But the action has happened. Somebody cheated me now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the event has occurred and the impact is experienced.
Yeah,
it could be because of that I lost job,
belief of that image. Because of the belief, I was not open to this experience of getting cheated. I was closed for this experience, but that experience is very much fact.
No, there is a difference between when I say the whole world should be good, or nobody should cheat me, I should not be cheated, is still not experienced, right? It's more of a wish.
Yes.
Sensation. But somebody cheated.
Sensation was nascent in form of belief that gets converted into anger when you actually experience something different.
So in this, are you saying, because in Ram's example, I'm also wondering, there is an action which is there, no, in the first place, somebody has cheated me.
Yes.
So but the action is coming from P3, I guess.
No,
somebody cheated me, for example.
That is the idea of I cannot be cheated, or everybody should be.
So
that is P3. I think so.
While the action has happened, what you're saying, Chanjini, is that what Kalyan is saying, the root of this is in the P3, that nobody should cheat me.
Something was concluded in the mind, that was the root of it. So
Yeah.
whatsoever
if
now
you-
the story that we can build on.
So now
Yeah.
let's say the scenario one.
Yeah.
I should not be cheated, right? That
Yes.
is clearly P3. I have a perception, right?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
clearly P3.
Yes.
Now I don't have any sensation about it. It just stays in a P3. No action is experienced
No,
whatsoever.
that belief
Now,
itself. Wait. This is a sensation in a nascent stage. The moment we believe and conclude anything, that's basically a sensation. Without sensation, nothing can be concluded.
okay. So
Yeah.
there could be a P2, P3 associated. So
Yes.
that's a sensation.
Yes.
Now I'm going on the road, somebody snatching my bag where
Yeah.
I have a money. So now there's an action happen. P1 happen. I get, like whatever experience, like you feel devastated or lost, and then you put a perception saying that, like I'm going to hurt that person back or whatsoever, right? So now this is properly gone through the action I experience, the impact I experience, actually gone through P1, P2, P3 cycle. Is that right to say that?
At the action level, we have to just consider light, sound, smell, taste, and touch. At the action level, nothing more than that happens. Light, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Suppose while snatching the money, I got hurt. That's through touch, some irritating experience. That hurt is going to be healed in some time. So there is nothing happened in the physical level other than that scratch. Scratch, nothing happened physical level. Now, whatever is now going to happen in the sensation level, that will come from the perception because of the previous considerations about this event, that this event must not happen. But actually, the fact is any event can happen. Any unforeseen thing can happen. That's a fact because it has happened and it is going to happen more in life. Many flares of events are there. Every moment is unique in its nature. So I was not looking at the moment fresh. I was looking at that moment with a reference which I have concluded in the mind. So I am getting sensation. I get scared, and that's
so the scare probably, if you see
or
it
anger,
in
whatsoever the
in the
sensation.
nature, in the nature, you look at it, you don't get scared or fear whatsoever by your belief system is broken. For example, yesterday I said the world is good. Today somebody snatched my money, so because of my belief system broken, I'm not worried.
So let's
but
not use the
mainly the
scare
money
in this case. Anger.
Mainly my worry is the money lost, and probably family system whatsoever will get impacted, or I'm working somewhere that's office money, my job will go, and if a family future, that is where the worry comes. I'm not worried about my belief system being changed, right? Because in the scenario one is clear, right? It could be sensation, and this where we say that the world is good.
Let's try and understand this. That I suppose I had lakhs of rupees in a purse, and that was stolen, and that rupee was meant to pay fees for my child.
Consider office money or something, whatever, right?
Office money, something.
Yeah.
So now it looks like a real thing. That now tomorrow, what should I answer the office people? Answer to the office people, and they will start scolding me that you are
but in this situation, I want to say that I am not, that fear is not coming because my belief system yesterday I had, nobody should cheat me, is broken. The belief, the fear
so
comes
the
because
picture
of
is changed now. The picture, that was just an example of that nobody should cheat or I should not be cheated. Now the picture is changed here. That looks like a very real thing. That tomorrow definitely I am going to be scolded.
Yeah.
Is that so? Right?
Yeah, so maybe like job loss, and then a family will struggle with
Yes,
job
yes,
loss,
yes.
whatever.
So just hold there. Hold at that position. Right now, presently, nothing has happened of that sort.
Correct.
That's
Presently,
going
nothing
to,
is.
yeah, that's going to happen tomorrow. And between tomorrow and today, there's a lot of things that might change. You never know. That person may come back and give you the money back that by mistake I have taken. It may also happen. Hypothetically, let's try and understand. So that particular future moment, which is going to happen tomorrow, I am creating at this present moment. And I'm getting a sensation out of it.
Okay, let's move to tomorrow. So tomorrow I am sitting and facing the situation. I lost my job and they filed a case to give the money which I can't give.
Yes.
So in that scenario, right? Because
So
now
how
again,
am I
there is
looking? How am I looking at that scenario? Am I looking that scenario under a sensation or a clear-cut perception? What has happened is a fact. Now, if because of somebody's irrational thinking pattern starts scolding me, that's an irrational perception of that person, and because of somebody's irrational perception, if I am considering that scolding is insult for me, that's again another loop of P3 P2 for me, because I have told myself, I have convinced myself that this kind of talking is an insult, whatsoever the valid reason it could be. Or is it complicated?
no, probably more than talking, probably that's probably pass away, or at least you in the
But
present.
I've lost the job.
Lost the job and my family future, and this money being asked, which I can't pay in my life at all.
Yes.
Whatever is lost.
No,
so
these all are conclusions that I can't pay it back.
At this stage,
these are conclusions. These are conclusions. Yes, if I cannot, then I cannot. That's a fact. Then whatever the consequence it may be, I have to face it. That's again a fact.
Yeah.
With the sensation, if I face it, then my energy will be further depleted because of that imagery. Any next moment, if it is coming before it has happened actually in my mind, it is a toll on my energy, because the present is unique and it is yet to happen for that future. Whatsoever, if I am presuming that future is now, because I'm getting the sensation now.
Okay.
Till it happens, it has not happened. That's a fact or not?
Yeah, correct. So basically, I agree with you. Like, you are thinking you have some P3 and you are feeling the sensation now related to the P3. Like what will happen to my daughter? I won't be able to pay school. Okay.
Yes. So what will happen, in this kind of state of sensation, my perceptory domain will be very much compromised. So I'll not be able to comprehend the world. I'll be so mesmerized with this loop, this particular loop, what you are seeing here. In this loop, I'm so mesmerized, I'm not looking at the fact anymore. Instead of this, if I would have looked at the fact, there could have been a lot of opportunities that may reveal and solve the particular problem that you are perceiving on its own.
So, Kalyan, if I could look at the fact, how would my thought process go?
Because the energy will be abundant. If I don't have a sensation from my perception, then the way I will be seeing the things will be much more energetic than the previous. And everything is connected with the sensory inputs. Seeing, hearing, all these will be expanded. Few seconds are left. Let's rejoin and continue. Let's stay there. On that point only we are going to start and continue.